Hello everybody and welcome back to City Skylines, where I kind of feel like I'm running out of steam on this one. I don't know. We'll see. This may be like the penultimate episode of this series. There are some things that I said that I wanted to do early on that haven't happened. That's definitely true, like moving this highway just kind of never became a thing. And maybe that's okay, but I do want to continue to work a little bit anyway on the JJ Gamer Park, although really this section of it here, it's not really very beautified, but I think that the layout of it is reasonably okay. It's a little wacky, but maybe that's reasonably fine. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of potential work here. We can toss in like some benches. Those are so tiny. Yeah, I mean, this isn't really my forte, doing this sort of decorative work. So there is that. It's not really the kind of thing that I tend to do too much of. So there's some of that going on. Sure. Great. I'm more interested in traffic, if I'm honest. Let's take a quick look at that, see if there's anything to be done on that front. I don't think that there is, really. I mean, this is all flowing as expected. Up here, there's a little bit of an issue with this merge-in. We can check that. Okay, there's not a lot to be done there, in all honesty. Up here, it's busy, but it's not bad. Busy, but not bad over here either. Overall, I think we've got our traffic reasonably optimized. I'm not going to call it absolutely optimal under any circumstances, but it is in the category of being good enough. So that's excellent. I do want to continue thinking a little bit about some decor over here. We've got a lot of wasted space out over here, that's for sure. And that was originally intended to be like a Disney park sort of situation. I don't know. I don't know if I'll actually get that far. That would be a lot. Oh, we have a tornado coming in. That's a thing. Okay.
Should seek shelter immediately.
I mean, we've got a fair amount of residential to continue to expand to over here. So that's fine. We can definitely get some of that done. And, okay, the tornado is going to spawn right here.
A tornado has touched down in the area.
And it's heading for, I think, our resort island.
If any is available.
No, it's heading this way. Okay, so it's going to take out our solar plant. Okay, and also this waste transfer facility and this prison. But all things considered, that's not too bad. It's going to take out this power line. And then they'll move on through towards our nuclear plant. But so far it looks like it's going to go around the nuclear plant. Okay, so let's rebuild this power line. This power line, to be clear, was...
Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts. A tsunami has struck the city.
Okay, so there's also a tsunami over here. That's going to make this episode more interesting. Well, I didn't really have a good plan for what we were going to do this episode, but that'll do it. A tornado and a tsunami at the same time. Okay, so we're clearly going to need a pumping service over here, at least one. We can afford to put in several, so we're going to do that right now. We're going to put in a pumping service up over, let's see, these are kind of awkwardly shaped. And don't really fit in our road systems up here. We can't quite fit it in there. Maybe we can find an area up here that we could fit it in. This would be the most likely location. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove, if we can go back up here. I'm going to remove a couple of sections of road here. And we are going to put in pumping stations here and here. We're going to bring these sections of road together to come in kind of like that. There we go. And then we're, of course, going to need to link these up to our water grid. There we go. Okay. So this tsunami is going to make things a lot more interesting than I was expecting. Well, that's going to delay my plans for potentially ending this series, I think. But that's fine. I'm completely okay with this. We did crank the disaster frequency back up. This island is basically completely submerged right now. And this waste processing complex collapsed. Funnily enough, our eco-water treatment plants are fine. So that's good. Where's that tornado at? Okay, it's up over this way. It did remove a power line here, which we'll put back in. And then it's going to do some damage off over this way. We don't have this particularly searched at this point. But this is definitely one way to add some spice into this. That's for sure. That'll do the trick. Okay. So a little bit of flooding out over here. This waste transfer truck is very confused. Fair enough. Okay, we have a power issue out over here. And the way I'm going to address that is by zoning this residential. They're going to be a little bit wet soon, but that's fine. And I would like to have a power line, actually, just because I want to make sure that that does have a connection there. Okay. So is the tornado gone? Yes, the tornado is gone. So we will repair the tornado damage like so. Okay, this is fine. We can just build it here. I'm not concerned. We're going to get rid of this, and this ferry stop has collapsed. That'll need to get fixed. But for the time being, we will do that. Hang on a moment. This is supposed to be decorative. Apparently, we can't upgrade to that type. Okay, now we can. Oh, I see. These are just dead trees. Got it. Okay, so our tsunami is going to be hitting right here. We've got our pumping trucks being picked up and brought away by the tsunami, which is kind of hilarious to see, actually. They're working on it. They're trying to pump. Oh yeah, they're pumping. This is kind of the funniest thing I've ever seen, actually. And they all despawned. Okay, fair enough. So this tsunami is going to hit us really hard. However, it's mostly only going to hit this island really hard. This island here will be mostly shielded, and everything up here will absolutely be shielded. This island should break the tsunami wave. We might have a little bit on this one, but it shouldn't be too bad. So coming up over here, we can now begin to rebuild our solar power plant, our waste transfer facility, and our prison. And we can also fix up our roads that are over here. There we go. It's like the tornado was never here. The tsunami, on the other hand, tsunamis were always the major danger for us, right? But we'll let this cruise on through. It's going to do a lot of damage.
A tsunami has struck the city.
Oh, yeah.
Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
There's, you can see here we're losing a lot of population. And that's because this is one of our major residential centers here being hit. So, that's rough. That's definitely rough. That's a lot of water. Somehow we managed to search one of these buildings already. This one. Okay. Well, I guess we'll get rid of that. Look at all these cars being pushed out of here. Hilarious. So we can actually do something about this if we wanted to put in, like, flood walls. Let's see here. Where are those at again? That's a fresh water outlet there. I've forgotten. I believe they were under, like, this? Walls and fences? No. But I think under water structures. Yeah, so this is a flood wall. And we can use flood walls. We can't build that on water. But we can use flood walls to help prevent this sort of thing. We haven't done that. Now, we didn't really break this wave with this island. So we're going to take a hit up here as well. But it's going to have a hard time retaining the energy to get all the way across this island, I think. You can see here there's already been a bit of a diminishing there. So that's good. But this entire region, the whole thing was hit there. So we are losing huge amounts of population right now. And this disaster might be sufficient to destroy this city, actually. We'll see. We'll see how recoverable this is. I think it will be ultimately. So this is currently collapsed, and that's unsurprising now that I think about it. Okay. So we'll see how hard the JJ Gamer Park gets hit here. I think at this point we can move up to speed 3, because what else are we going to do? We're just going to watch the disaster. This is quite a lot of chaos. I didn't set this up, for the record. You can spawn tsunamis, but
A tsunami has struck the
I
city.
did not do that.
Take caution and
This is
avoid
just a
roads and
natural
waterfronts
tsunami.
until the water recedes.
It's definitely losing power. But it has made it all the way across this island, which I did not expect. Okay. Well, there's definitely some issues over here. No doubt about it. However, a tsunami doesn't destroy roads, which is nice for us. Spartan News Hills is going to have some issues. The JJ Gamer Park is basically destroyed. And now the question is, that was a really powerful tsunami. The question is, how much more will it hit? It has lost quite a bit of power, but not enough, I don't think. I mean, it's not complete destruction by any means. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and we're going to put in, if we go into here, we're going to put in a couple new disaster response units. So I would like to put in some over this way. Our fences are going to be a little awkward, and that would be built on water right now. Okay. Well, we could eliminate some fence over here. The JJ Gamer Park is, I think, a little overly ambitious in terms of its size. So we can knock that fence back a little bit, and we can rebuild that a little later on. And then put in one up over... Oh, this would actually destroy the fence. Okay. We're just going to put in one right here for now. Okay. So that's sending out a bunch of vehicles and helicopters. We do need to keep money in the bank, though, because we're going to be running out of money.
Caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
That's for sure. This tsunami is doing a lot of damage. We can rebuild our ferry stop over here. And so we shall. Okay. Land values aren't high over here. I wonder why that could be. Huh. Why would this not have the greatest land value? Oh, fantastic. Okay, so we're going to be able to start getting rid of a number of these, and we lost power over here. And that's because of our power generation. And that is because we're getting hit up over here. So our nuclear plant is flooding. I'm sure this is fine. We have a fire helicopter depot here. One thing I'm going to do is I am going to put in a pumping service over here if we can find a spot for it. Or over here. This would be an ideal place. Okay. I'm just going to straighten out this road. And then we'll curve it in up over this way, like so. Now, we're going to be very close to running out of funds here, so that is a concern. And we're going to have to take out a loan, most likely, to make it through this. We'll see if we can make it through. If we can't, I was talking about ending this series anyway, and this might be a decent time. But we'll take the Pyramid Capital loan for the time being. Okay. And out go our pumping trucks. Fantastic. So we're starting to see some aftershocks over this way from the tsunami, but that's fine for the moment. Cool.
A tsunami has struck the city.
This was a very powerful tsunami, for the record. It made it over 2 islands and is still going strong. Well, actually, like 3 rows of islands here, and is still going strong, making straight for the center of our city. The game is just like, I don't think you need to exist anymore. Okay. For the record, we might be able to recover from this. Maybe. Okay, so this pumping service is working on it. But it might not survive this this section here, like this coming back and settling. I think it'll be okay, ultimately. Okay, so we're going to start removing some of these buildings that we have searched. And that's good. Why are basic city services not working right now?
A tsunami has struck the city.
Twitter, it might have something to do with the fact that there's a giant tsunami hitting our archipelago city right now. Just a thought. Okay, so all of these guys are pumping water right now. Yeah, they're pumping water out of this tunnel. And I guess that's okay. We've got some fire helicopters going out. And we have our disaster response unit underway here. So we can definitely work on cleaning out some of this rubble. But this is going to be a big project for sure. I don't know how survivable this is, but we took a lot of damage from that tsunami. That was insane. Okay.
A tsunami has struck the city.
And the water will take some time to settle back to its previous levels, of course. But yeah, you can see up here, even up here, the tsunami, it looks like the tsunami finally broke on this island. It is, however, hitting over here as well. So it's hitting pretty much every island that we have. So there is that. No, I don't want to demolish that. Okay, I just wanted to check. This pumping service is doing okay for the moment. But yeah, we are, our services are pretty stressed. But honestly, I do think that this is survivable. But that tsunami definitely hurt.
A tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Cool. So we will continue to demolish some of these locations as they get searched. This one needs to be rebuilt. We don't have the cash for that. We're actually out of money at this point, even with that loan. So we're going to take another loan here and another. That'll keep us going for a bit. And we may need to drop our budget on our ferries for the moment. There we go. That'll save us some cash. In fact, we may have to stop the ferry service, basically, for the time being. That's where basically all of our money is going. Well, that and healthcare. We could cut our healthcare. That seems like a great thing to do right after a disaster like that. Those are temporary measures, and we're doing that to attempt to get our cash flow back in the positive direction. And actually, that worked. We are making money now again, and with that being the case, we probably want to try to bring our healthcare back up to full for the moment. I think we can get away with just dropping our ferries down to half. Let's see how that goes. We can continue to remove some of the rubble. like so. And at this point, I would say that the tsunami is basically over. We've got it pretty much dealt with, although we do have some traffic backups because of the tsunami situation disrupting our traffic flow, and the fact that more people have to not take ferries right now. So that's fine. We did lose almost half of our population from that. We're having some crime and some pumping needing to happen over here.
A tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
But overall, this is going to be a bit. This is going to take some recovery. So I think maybe what I'll end up doing here is we will recover the city back to approximately... Ooh, that's going negative pretty heavily again. Back to approximately the point we were at before the mega tsunami hit. And then at that point, maybe call it quits for this series. Now, you can see the water is still not fully stable. And it's flowing back in over here, but that's fine. We knew that that would continue to happen for the next little while. There's also some beach happening over here. That'll evaporate eventually. Have I noticed there's abandoned buildings around the city? Yes, I have. They're mostly destroyed buildings, but yeah, that was insane. We're going to go ahead and rebuild this. And I'd love to rebuild this prison as well. Okay. That hurt. Too few services. Yeah. We're working on it. That absolutely hurt. This disaster response unit is working on it. And it looks like this traffic did indeed clean up. Cool. Okay. What do dead people smell like? Well, basically what this city smells like, if I'm honest, at this point. There's a lot of those right now. We got hit hard. And I'm sorry to say we're not going to get any federal assistance. It's not going to happen. So we're going to have to make more budget cuts here. It looks like we are going to have to cut our healthcare costs. And we may have to cut our garbage costs as well. Let's do that for the moment, and we will work on getting this all built back up. We can rebuild this swinging boat. And we definitely want to rebuild this waste transfer facility and this police headquarters. But we are going to have some cash issues for a bit here. But let's just work on getting this all cleaned up. I want to get the city back into decent shape at least before we call it quits. And that would maybe be like next-ish episode. I'm not 100% certain on when I'll be ending this series, but it will be soon. Like I said, I'm running out of steam on it. So we're going to get rid of all of these structures that have been searched. There's a number of them that still need to be searched. You can see here we are losing population, and that's because land values are not very high right now for some reason. I can't imagine why. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would land values not be high right now? Such a, let me get down over here. Such a beautiful city. Oh, that's great. Absolutely great. Well, that's all fine. We're having some issues down over here. This is mostly because our services were all destroyed over in this region. It'll take time to get those back, and as far as our industrial desires go, yeah, our industrial districts got hit super hard. Once those get searched, we'll be able to get our industrial rebuilt. So we are currently going negative in cash still. We're going to have to cut additional costs, and I'm going to cut our road maintenance. It's not going to be pretty. But there we go. Road maintenance is now cut. And we'll see if we can recover this. Okay, we'll get rid of that. A lot of searches are being concluded at this point. Unfortunately, a lot of it is over here in this commercial area, which is not amazingly helpful. Right now, what we need more than anything is to finish up searches in our industrial and residential areas. There's a few searches finishing up over here, but not a whole lot. Okay, we can rebuild this crematorium, but that's too expensive. We're actually still going to hit our negative cash soon. So we're going to cut all of our expenses. Every single one. We did just lose half of our population. So in theory, cutting all of these down to half should be okay. We may need to increase taxes as well. We'll see. So that brings us back positive, at least temporarily. We have disconnected power grids. That's unsurprising if true, but it doesn't appear to be too much the case. Although, right. Is this another tsunami? We never received a notification of this.
The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami
It
approaching
is.
the area.
This is
Residents
another
should avoid
tsunami.
roads
Okay, I just want to go into here and show you. Yes, we are on the same settings as before. Random disaster frequency is maxed right now. So there is that.
and waterfronts.
This is 3 disasters
A tsunami
in
has
one
struck
episode
the city.
and 2
Take
tsunamis.
caution and avoid roads and waterfronts
This
until
might be the
water
death blow
recedes.
right here. Well, I guess we'll see. Honestly, I don't know if we can survive a second tsunami this quickly. I guess we'll find out. This is gonna hurt a lot. I think we might just die here. Garbage is piling up. You don't say. We were just starting to recover a bit from the last tsunami, and this one's going to hit over here. I mean, that's real tough. No doubt about that. Now, did we end up losing, like, water pipes? Or is it just, it's water availability? Our pumps are destroyed, I believe. Or something? We're just lacking in water? Yeah, I guess we're just lacking in water right now. So we'll try to pump in additional water, but that's going to run us pretty much out of cash. Okay, and we're trying to pump out water very, very quickly right now because we are trying to pump all of this water out of here. A second tsunami this quickly is insane, though. And I think that this might be the end. I would normally have put in a cut by now, but when this tsunami spawned in, I was just like, oh boy, okay. Sure? We'll see if we can survive this. If we can't, it's not the end of the world. It seems like the Hearts of Iron expansion is coming not as quickly as I thought it would. So I don't necessarily mind switching over to Hearts of Iron at this point. Honestly, I don't think you have any water issues. There's plenty of water. That's not the issue. The issue is there's too much water. So you can see here we're currently negative. And we can't cut our economy anymore. We can bring up our taxes. People are going to be very upset about 20% taxes. That's for sure. But I mean, we kind of need it. Cool. So this wave is beginning to break over here. But a second tsunami that quickly is rough. Okay, well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and put in a cut here. And next episode, I strongly suspect we will lose. But we will either lose this game and the city will no longer be viable at that point, or we will get it stabilized. One or the other. I suspect that the next episode will be the last episode in this series either way. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you next time. I can't believe there were 2 tsunamis hitting the center of our city that quickly in succession. That's insane. But, I mean, it does have this series go out with a bang, I guess, so I'm okay with that. See you all next time.